Hello everyone, welcome to our first Flip classroom. Today we are going to learn a new writing type which is called problem and solution task. Today in the first video we are going to learn how to finish a problem solution task and we are going to learn the basic language structure of this kind of the task. So first of all, let's see a topic. So this is one about technology and now you have 30 seconds to read this topic. The internet has transformed the way information is shared and consumed, but it has created problems that did not exist before. What are the most serious problems associated with the internet and what solutions can you suggest? Some of you may worry that we never learned this kind of writing genre, so we don't know what to say and what to write. So before our independent writing, I'm going to show you a sample answer, and we are going to deconstruct this essay and into several sections to learn its language features and structure patterns to help us learn the basic structure so we know the content of each session. So let's start it. Even I post a whole sample answer on this screen, you may feel a little bit overwhelming because so many words. So don't worry, I break down this task into several sections, and now we are going to identify each functions of each paragraph. Okay, ready? Go. The first one goes to an introduction. A second one goes to, you may notice that one of the first problems or another problem. So the second section goes to the problem. And third one goes to the solution. And the last one goes to the conclusion. Now, let's see. The basic structure of a problem solution task, we have four parts: introduction, problems, solutions, and the last one goes to conclusion. And now we are going to make a detailed explanation of each part. So the first one goes to introduction. You may notice that there are two sentences in the introduction section. So what are the functions of each sentence? The first one goes to a paraphrase of the topic sentence, or we can also call this a background information to the reader. We know what kind of information, what kind of the content they are going to talk about in the next part, right? The second sentence mainly serves the role of answering the questions and telling the readers the purpose of this writing task. So we can summarize that the main function of the introduction consists of two sentences, and the first one is a kind of the paraphrase of the background information, and the second one, you just illustrate the purpose to your readers. So we need these two parts. You need to explain the topic and the response to the task requirement. Are you clear? So let's move to the second part. The second part goes to the problem sessions. You may notice that I highlight each sentence into different colors, and these colors follow a similar pattern: red, green, and blue. The red sentence serves the role of identifying the problem, and the green sentence represents the role of the explanation. And then the last one goes to the blue sentence. It is the specific result of the green sentence, the explanation. So for example, let's see the first one. The first problem is the children would access to the danger site. So what is the specific meaning of the danger site? So in the green section, in the green sentence, we give an example of what kind of the danger site. So we see the chronology. So the students, what's the consequence of the chronology? And we can see in the blue sentence, there is no doubt that this affects their thoughts and development, right? So this is like a procedure to explain a problem, or we say that explain a cause and effect. And therefore, we conclude the structure of the problem session like this. So you need to put up a problem at first, and then you need to explain or give an example of the problem, and at last you need to give a specific result of the example, and the second problem goes to the similar structure. Okay, let's move to the next stage, solution. You may notice this session also have a similar highlights color sequence like the problem sessions. But the first sentence does not have any color because it plays a role of the transition to link the two sessions together. According to those three colors, we can find out the solution patterns goes to the writer suggests a party who should make efforts on this issue, and then we need to explain what kind of information they should implement, followed by a specific measure. Therefore, we can notice that the first one goes to the government, and the government need adequate legislation and controls in place. So we notice that the first method goes to the legislation or laws. So what kind of laws we need in this session? So we can see that such as it is also serves a similar role like explanation or examples, right? Like requiring more simply confirming that you are an adult to see the site. So, and the second one goes to the parents. So what efforts should parents do is they need to closely monitor the activities of their children, and the specific method is this can be done through the various computer programs. So we may conclude that the general pattern of the solution structures like you need to put up the solution, and then you need to explain the solution by giving the specific measure or specific approach to how to achieve that goal. So let's go to the last part. The last part is a conclusion. So it is similar like the introduction session. It has two sentences, and we can see a obvious, a cohesive devices like to conclude. It is the end of this task. So it has two parts. The first one is a summary of the whole task, and the second one goes to a suggestion for the future development. So now I think you have a very basic understanding of the genre of the problem solution task. Let's finish a exercise with a similar genre. Now you have 30 seconds to read the topic, and I will show you a sample answer after that. The overpopulation of urban areas has led to numerous problems. Identify one or two serious ones and suggest the ways that government and individuals can tackle these problems. And now I will show you a sample answer, but each session has been misordered. Now you have to read each session and reorder them in the right sequence. Okay, let's do it. Okay, time is up. So the first paragraph goes to which one? Yeah, the second one, right? Many countries of the world. And the second one goes to the last one, overpopulation can lead to overcrowding. And the third one goes to the in terms of the solution. So the last one goes to the conclude. Okay, this is the whole information of the first flipped classroom. Thank you for watching. And now let's move to the second flipped classroom.